Welcome back to the channel. We are in Way of the Hunter. I am OCG. Today I'm going to be going over my top 10 tips and tricks. You will see those listed right here. There'll also be in chapters and timestamps in the description, so you can go right to them. Without further ado, here are my top tips and tricks. I hope these help you guys out. Starting off with tip number 10, this is going to be unlocking your cabins and your campsites. Now, to find them on your map, it's not that difficult, but if you want to find them a little bit easier, you can head over and inspect your maps. This is going to give this play thing, and it's going to discover your areas for you, and it'll show up on the map as question marks, and you can go head over to those. Now, obviously, when you unlock your boundaries, you'll have access to different cabins and such. So over here, if you go to this cabin, there is also going to be another map. So you click on that and inspect it. It's going to play a little cutscene. And you'll have more question marks to unlock, kind of like these. These are parking spots, though. And that's an easy way to find all your campsites. These are going to be very handy because you can fast travel to them. Tip number 9 is unlocking the private zones in every single map. Now, to do this, you want to go to your main lodge and find your computer. Go to your computer, you go over to boundaries. I already have them all. There's Nez Perce, Transylvania, Aurora Shores, Tickamoon Plains, Matariki Park, and Lynn Dakota Reserve. Now, you can unlock these by doing missions, but you can also just pay for them. And that's what I did. So you definitely want to unlock these. Diamond Drill right here in Nez Perce is the place to be for 5-star or whitetail. You will find them all over the place in Diamond Drill. So make sure you grab these as fast as you can, because they're going to unlock some higher tier deer or just animals in general for you. Segueing into tip number 8 is going to be making money. All right, so make money. There's a couple of options. If you have the DLCs, head on over to Tickamoon Plains. Tickamoon Plains is really wide open, so it's really easy to spot animals, and you can just take them out left and right. Now, if you want to maximize your money, you obviously want higher tier trophies, but at the same time, if you want to make money really fast, just start shooting animals. That's your best option. Now, if you're on here on Nez Perce Valley, where I'm at right now, just hit the lakes, hit the water, just hit as many animal spots as you can. Water is the easiest to hunt because it's just they all have to drink at some point. And water is very easy to spot, obviously. I mean, just look at the map. It's all over the place. Super easy to spot. So water is probably where you want to head for first if you want to make some money on Nez Perce Valley. Again, if you have the DLCs, I would head over to Tickamoon Plains because you just have more open spots. It's just a big open map. You can see it for a really long distance. Tip number 7 for you guys is your perks. You want to unlock these as fast as possible, because they help you a lot. First of all, you have, for bolt actions, hold breath length increased by 25%. All you have to do is hit heart, lungs, artery 10 times. Either of those 10 times. Obviously, lung is the easiest, while holding your breath, obviously. So this is all helpful stuff. Like, I think down here, you have less noise when moving. You need these. You just need them. So I would focus on all these as fast as you can. Obviously, I don't have all of them because these are some that I don't really care too much about. Yeah, the bonus to sway, scent, visibility, and noise reduction while in stands. I don't really hunt that much in stands, so I don't really care too much. Firearm alignment to the target. I don't use shotguns, so I don't really bother with this one. Anyway, that's your perks. I would focus on this as soon as you can. Tip number 6 for you guys. If you hit your escape menu, I don't know what this is on console, and you can go to Encyclopedia. This gives you all the information you possibly need on every single animal. Now, I don't believe it shows anything when you start. You have to find these. And the easiest way to find animals is by water, which I will go over this later. But yeah, this will give you all the information you could possibly need. It gives you some information on the animal itself, hunting tier, the recommended hit energy, the life cycle, which means rest zones, feed zones, and drink zones. All those times. Tier 1s do not have drink zones. None of these have drink zones. Tiers 3 and up all have drink zones. So you definitely want to pay attention to those. That is, again, where you want to be searching for animals, which, again, I'll go over in a minute. This also gives you animal weights. So you got young, adult, matures, ages, weights. Same for the males and females. You got body variations, which just goes over some information on the animal sizes and color of their fur, depending on their age. You got their primary habitat and secondary habitat. Now, primary habitat is mainly where you want to focus, because this is where you're going to get your 5 stars the majority of the time. Now, you can get 5 stars in secondary habitat. It's just very, very rare. Also goes over the trophy type, which for whatever I'm on, red fox is a skull. And again, trophy ranges, which is the range of the score and the rating. Obviously, you're aiming for these bottom ones. But yeah, that's your encyclopedia for animals. It also goes over some of the mechanics of the game, binos, calibers, call levels. You know, it goes listed on and on. This is one spot you want to be in when you're starting. I would look through all of this. You have your arms. It goes over your guns that you have. Now, I have all of them, but you guys might start with less. It depends on if you have the DLCs or not. Also goes over ammo, which also tells you the drop-off rates. So you want to check this out for if you want to take longer shots. Goes over your gear as well, so some collars. Obviously goes over the animals. You can go over your characters if you want to go through those. And it's got some comics, which I do not have very many of because I didn't play the story. Anyway, that's an encyclopedia. It's very helpful. Tip number 5 is going to be your filter on your map. Now, I don't know how many people know about this, but if you are in your map, there's a little button down here called Toggle Filter. If you click on that, or if you're on keyboard or on console, you can hit a little button. Mine is R, and it brings up the filter. Now, if you uncheck all these, you will have nothing being shown on your map. Now, if you toggle it again, you can select these. I usually just leave labels on so I can know where I'm going. And whichever animal I am hunting for the day. So let's just say a whitetail. And it'll only show the locations for a whitetail, nothing else. Now, if you select all of them, you will see every single animal. And it gets a little crowded. So it's definitely helpful if you're trying to find, just say, mule deer, for example. Tip number 4, Vehicle Resupply. Now, if you're out and about and you don't want to go all the way back to the cabin or the lodges or the campsites, there's these parking spots. Or if you're with your vehicle already, you can grab your vehicle. It doesn't matter which one. Hit the back of it. Right here, it says Open Vehicle Storage. You hit E, you're instantly resupplied with ammo. Also change out the gear here. And yeah, it's very, very, very handy. It's very, very handy. Tip number 3 for you guys is walk, do not run. Now, if you're coming from Hunter Call of the Wild, you're probably used to running a lot. Animals don't spook there that much. It's really hard to make them spook. Here, on Way of the Hunter, it's a little bit of a different story. You can probably walk within about 150 yards or so. I'm at about 120 right now for these mule deer. And I'm going to show you why you don't run. Because if you don't know these guys are here, this is what's going to happen. Boom. Spooked. Instantly. You didn't know they were there. They're gone now. Again, walk. Do not run. So tip number 2 here is very, very important. And that is finding zones. Now, for me, I play in Ranger mode. So for me to find zones, I literally just have to wander around, or I could do a very specific thing that I'll show you guys in just a second. But you, on the other hand, are probably going to be playing in a more easy difficulty, which gives you access to Hunter Sense. Now with Hunter Sense, water is where you want to be, and you can spot zones left and right. They're going to be highlighted, and it's going to be super easy on the water because it's just right there at the edge of the water. Now, for me, and if you want to find other zones, you want to look for these little paths. Obviously, you can see the little footprint right there. If you follow these, it will lead you to another zone. Sometimes they're really difficult to find, though. So if you follow those paths, they'll lead you to their next zone, or where they're coming from, which would be either a feed zone or a rest zone. And that's how I typically find them if I am wanting to use that method. Again, you can also just start by walking around with hunter sense on, and you can find zones pretty easily. There's another one right there, possibly the same zone. But again, water is where you want to start. So again, once you find their water zones, their drink zones, it's pretty easy to locate their other zones. I don't have that many down here because I don't really hunt down this way. And again, I play in the most difficult difficulty, which means I do not have access to hunter sense. But yeah, that's water, and finding these spots is very, very key and very, very important to locating your animals. Okay, my number one tip for you guys, and this is just coming from me personally, is shot placement. All right, it is 100% key in this game. And I say this because you do not want to be doing a lot of tracking. This tracking can get really difficult depending on where you're at in the map. So, you want to hit a lung or a heart. That is the key places you want to hit right now. Mainly the lung because it gives you pink blood, and pink blood is a lot easier to see. Now, with hunter sense, it's obviously easy to see anyway, which I'll show you guys once I take this shot. But I'm going to take a shot on this 1-star mule deer when he presents that shot. Right now, he's behind some grass over a hill, so I don't really want to take that shot. But you definitely want to aim for a lung and probably right behind that shoulder there. I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. And with hunter sense, you get this little dot, which helps you a lot in lining up your shot. I play in ranger mode, so I do not see this most of the time. I would not take this shot if I were you. I could take this shot because I've been playing for a while, but if you're just starting out, I would not take the shot. I would wait for a more clear shot of his entire body. But if you just hold right where I'm at there, obviously I don't want to take this shot because I can't see. I would do it from here, but you sway too much, so you got a risk of missing. But I think I could take this shot. I do believe that would be a lung shot based on the way he is reacting. So with a lung shot, it should be pink blood. He should be going down pretty shortly here. Yeah, he's going to go down right there. And I'll show you guys the pink blood. If I could see it, I kind of shot him in the water, so it's going to be really difficult to see probably. So you can see right now in my hunter sense, I have this zone, which is a pheasant zone, lit up as magenta. Now you can change this if you go to accessibility and interactive objects and zones. You can change this to whatever color you want. Purple, magenta, blue, yada yada. I just found magenta to be the best. You can also do this with interface colors, map colors, bullet camera colors, etc. So it's really helpful if you want to find zones a lot better, or a lot quicker. All right, I'll go down here and show you guys this. So I should be able to see where I shot this guy. Yeah, you can see the amount of blood here. I'm not going to be able to see where I shot him because I think it's in the water here, which wouldn't show up. But right here, that is pink blood. That makes things way easier to track when you're not using hunter sense. When you have hunter sense, it kind of lights up for you so you can easily see it. And obviously the animal lights up as well. So shot placement, again, is super key. And as you can see, I hit the lung here. Hit both lungs, easy kill. Now, obviously, if I would prefer to take a hard shot because it's almost an insta-kill. And this guy was definitely good to take out because he's pretty lopsided. But yeah, again, shot placement, very key in this game. If you come from the Hunter Call of the Wild, shot placement is not super important there because you don't have to do a lot of tracking, right? It kind of just points you to where you need to go. So here, it's a little different. You definitely want to pay attention to that. So again, that's my number one tip. And I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. And if you did, please head down and hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to leave a like and a comment. I'd like to hear from you guys. I'll catch you guys in the next episode. And as always, have a fantastic day. OCG out.